Hello, hello. Aha. I think I'm having some sound issues. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be. Let's see here. Nope. 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 Let's see. I got sound now. You got sound now. Oh, okay. Here, let's just do this. We'll bring in the chats. We can hear you. All right. So here's my question. Did anybody hear the countdown? Didn't hear the intro stuff, but it's good now. Fuck. I hate technology. I fucking despise it. And I don't know what happened. Can anybody hear like music in the background? Yes or no? No. I didn't hear the count. Can anybody hear the background music right now though? Curtis says yes. Okay, so you can hear the back. I wonder what the hell's up with that. But can hear you just fine. Yeah, I hear music. Okay. Oh my god. Fuck, I just want to throw this shit out the fucking door sometimes. I'm just saying. Didn't hear the countdown. Oh my god. That is so weird. I heard it on my end, and I don't know why it was doing that. Anyways, all right. Well, if you can hear me, you can hear background music. We're going to run it. I don't know if the rest will work. We'll try it anyways. We'll try it anyways. If your last name starts with a B, you are not allowed to win anything tonight's show. Too bad, so sad. I call the rules. It's my show. I can do whatever the hell I want. So if your last name ends in a B, do not play the giveaways tonight. I call the shots. Okay. Just saying, because I saw the chats earlier. I saw it. Someone's like, oh, the bees are back in the house. Now get out of here. All right, so we're going to try to run the show. I've been having some major issues. I've never won. I don't care. You live with someone that you that does win, so that counts you. That counts you in. You guys can't be cheating. That's it. Anyways, I'm having some issues, and it's driving me nuts. I got this whole fancy new mic that's sitting right here that I want to use, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I can't even use it. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, I'll get it one of these days. One of these days, we're gonna run it anyways. Let's see here. We're gonna turn off chats. You guys can come back here in a minute, except for you bees. Your last name with a B. Too bad. Let's go. Let's do this. Hey guys, y'all know the deal. Performance custom coatings, custom knives. The Ryan Real, the unreal real knives right there. Performance custom coatings. And don't forget, snag a fresh edge. You will absolutely love it. If you are a window tinter and you're tired of going through squeegees left and right and buying more because you got a little nick in it, say no more. Go hit up Ryan Real right here and get a fresh edge, and it will absolutely smooth out your edges. Go hit them up. Guys, don't forget Tint'er brand. There you go. Longest running, flat out, the original brand for window tinters. All custom work, everything right here. Go check it out. Tint'erbrand.com. Go hit them up. And of course, if you guys don't know Tint'wiz, you guys been living under a rock. That's right, guys. Go check out Tint'wiz.com. Download your free 30-day trial. Can't go wrong. Streamline your shop, streamline your whole company, access for all your employees. This is the way to go right here. Okay. Gosh, window tint, PPF, wrapping, coatings, you detailing, you name it. It's all in the app. Go check it out. Tint'wiz.com. Download your free trial and just do it. It's all in the app. Okay, cool. All right. I have a feeling this is not going to work, but we're going to try it anyways. Right? Oh, I'm so dreading this. I am so dreading this. It's not going to work, right? It's not going to work. Let's start the show. Let's do it the right way. Sound, maybe. We'll see. Let's go. All right. I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but it played. It played. Anyways, here we are, another Tuesday. And I don't have a drum roll or a thingy. I don't have anything cool. I'm not the cool guys on the show. Anyways, another Tuesday in the books right here. Tint'er Tuesday live right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And if didn't hear anything, thanks, Angela. Just I'm already down, and you're just gotta. Thanks, Angela. So here's the deal, guys. I'm trying to take the show away from my personal Facebook page. Okay. So if you guys are not following the Tint'er Tuesday live Facebook page, please go follow. I only need 4 more followers and I can go live because I need 100 and I'm at 96. So I just need 4 more and I'm going to put everything in that Facebook page and we'll be good to go. Okay. So please, I'm trying to separate business from work, or no, business from personal, personal from business, and all that kind of stuff. Just trying to separate. So if you can, cool, check it out. Tint'er Tuesday live on Facebook, and I plan on adding more. So the more people that come on, the more stuff I can add. We can hear you. That's more important. It's okay. Got it. I got it. My guest tonight decided to give me a heart attack, not once, not twice, but 3 damn times before the show. And if anybody's been on the show or knows how the show's how it runs, I always give the link for the guest to join in like 30 minutes prior. And so I sent the link, then I texted him and I was like, hey, sent you a link in Messenger. And he comes back, he goes, oh, damn. That's today? And I'm like, it's Tuesday. And he's like, oh man, I'm just kidding. I'm like, this mother. Anyways, so he comes on, right? He's like in the studio and you know, trying to figure out audio and stuff. And he's like, can you hear me? And I'm like, yeah, no, yes, no. And then he added like an external mic and then it threw everything off. And then he comes back and then he's like, I can't hear you. And all that. It's just this guy, I tell you. I may have to just fly out to California just to slap him around. Just maybe once or twice. I don't know. My guest tonight, Jesus. I love this guy. I've been to his shop. He's got a fantastic shop. He's actually got 2 shops. And he's absolutely killing it up there in Northern Cali. And Jesus, are you ready? Are you ready to come on? He's giving me a thumbs up. That's the first time no one's ever flipped me off. That's fantastic. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, so my guest tonight, Jesus Ramirez, all the way out in Northern Cali, Humboldt. Another day lost, or what was it? Another day in Humboldt County, or something like that. Anyways. My guest tonight, Jesus, let's go. Let's do it.
Yo.
Oh, shit. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Woo. Yes, I can hear you.
I bet. I thought it was Monday, with the holiday and whatnot.
Yeah, and I was afraid of that whenever you text me back. And then when you said I'm kidding, I'm like, but was he really?
Nah, I was ready.
Okay.
For the most part.
All right. Jesus, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight. Gosh, man. Dude, tell everybody who you are, where you're at, name your shop, all that good stuff, so we all know who's on the show tonight.
Yeah, so my name is Jesus Ramirez. My business is Humboldt Auto Styling. We are located in Humboldt County, California, which is about 4 hours north of San Francisco. We do window tint, paint protection film, ceramic coating, and commercial residential window.
Yeah, what is it you guys don't do?
Vinyl.
Vinyl?
If we don't do anything, it's vinyl. But I have a feeling that that may change.
Really? You're gonna bring on vinyl, huh?
Yeah, so I acquired a printer, and it needs some work, but I think within the next year or so, I'm going to invest some money into getting that up and running, and just see where that takes us.
Oh damn! Oh damn! Did you have that before or like after I left? Is that something like?
After that.
Okay, so super recent. Hmm. Well, I'm glad you texted me and told me that what you had going on. I appreciate that. I thought we was closer than that, but I guess not.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
it's one of those things. Like I really, when I initially opened my business, I was open to the idea of doing vinyl. The more I got into it, the more I realized I didn't really want to be doing that too much. But custom printed vinyl, I mean, the market for that is just, it's huge. So came across an opportunity and couldn't say no.
There's more to that printer than just laying vinyl on cars, man. Dude,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can do so much.
For
I
sure.
mean, making decals for like schools, you can print out hundreds of decals for schools. I mean, gosh, you can print wall murals and stuff. I mean, God, dude, it's like endless opportunities.
Yeah, and something that I had to consider, at the time was like, well, I'm gonna buy stickers, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that, kind of thinking in the future tense of, the amount of money that would be put out to do certain things. It seemed like a good investment for sure.
I absolutely. Real quick, do me a small favor. Maybe scoot up just a little bit because it sounds like you're a little far. See, there you go.
Should I turn my mic back on?
Hey, there you go. No, right there. Good.
Okay.
It sounded like you were kind of a little further away.
I got
No, it's listen. If you're already nailed down on some of the other markets, like you're saying, like the PPF, the window tint, the residential commercial tinting, like you already nailed those down, and just to boost it up a little bit more, where you can do add-ons for people, or just even outside the shop, offer so much more. If you can get your hands on one of those printers, dude, I would have done it a long time ago. Because, like I said, it's endless possibilities, dude. You could do so much with those things. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, good for you.
And I like, even if it's just certain things, like I really like, the ability to change the appearance on a building, like perforated vinyl. So, like, even just a couple windows at our shop, like it can really make and break, the appearance from the outside. So, obviously we want to tint the windows on the inside, and then if we can do a little bit of change, make the exterior of a building a little bit more appealing. I mean, that's a big one for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just easy advertising on the side of your building, right there on the windows.
Yep.
Stand out. Yeah. Oh man, dude, there's so much. My question is when do you think you're going to have it up and running?
I have a few things that I kind of want to focus on before I make that a priority. I'm trying to kind of manage a little bit of debt that I have currently, and that's the priority. And once that is a little bit better, have a little bit better footing on that, then I'm going to open up that door for sure.
Well, whenever you do, you let me know, because I got some ideas, and I may just have to pay you to print some stuff out for me. Just saying.
Yeah,
I'll support you.
And
do what?
Yeah, and it's one of those things. Like I was super intimidated by the machine because I've never been around one. I've been, I have plotters and stuff like that, but the printers are a different animal in a sense. I kind of let that difference kind of scare me away a little bit. And now I have a little bit more experience playing with it. But then I learned in the hard way that we needed some work and stuff like that. But it was an easy, inexpensive way for me to get my hands into it, So I'm just going to take it little by little for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, I'm excited for you, man. Like I said, tons of opportunity with that thing. Tons and tons and tons. So I'm excited. I can't wait to, you know, I can't wait for you to like send me that first picture or something you printed and go, dude, check it out. Bam. Look what I just did. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited just for a good a test print.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want a good test print.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because I know you'll send a picture and just be like, hey, dude, look what I just fucking did. And I'll be like, what? Hell yeah. So I'm excited, man. And like I said before, once you're up and like fully running with that, you let me know, because I've got a lot of stuff up here that I need someone to print out, and I'd rather support my guys. You know, I know it sounds kind of stupid, but I'd rather support my guys than support a shop here in town that I don't know. I'd rather support the guys I do know. So take it as you want. Some people are like, oh, you're not going to support local. That's not that. I'd rather support my guys. So
no, sure. I wouldn't say that sounds stupid at all. For sure. You got to support the people that support you, for sure.
Right. And that's what I kind of meant. It's like, I'm going to support the people that support me. And I mean, the shops, the two that I know, they're not even window tint shops. They're just two shops that I know that do printing. I'm like, I'm not going to go to them. I'd rather go to my friend. So anyways, cool. How's business? How's the weather out there? Like, I mean, like what's going on with the shop? How are things?
Weather's okay. It's the sun came out a little bit today, so that's all nice.
Liar.
No, it's actually sunny right now. I could show you, but I don't want to mess anything up.
No, I don't believe you on the weather. And if anybody doesn't know the story behind this, is when I was out there for a whole week, I think the sun came out for a split second on one day, and that was it. It was just cold, foggy, and it rained, and I was just like, man, California sucks. I'm totally joking, but all right. Anyways, go ahead.
The weather was not ideal by any means. But yeah, I mean, things are okay over here. I would say the last 6 months have been pretty rocky for us. And we're just kind of taking it as it comes for the time being. Just kind of focusing on what's coming in and just handling it one day at a time, 1 week at a time. And, I'm kind of playing it a little bit more reserved at the moment. My mind, I like to think about things in the future, but I also have caught myself, kind of thinking a little too far ahead. So I kind of have been taught in a sense of being in the middle and thinking ahead, but not being too far ahead of myself, for sure.
That's all right. You do things a certain way, and it works.
Yeah, I mean, it changes so fast. Like I can get busy really fast, and then I can slow down, fairly quickly. So we just have to adapt, overcome, for sure.
Yeah, and we've known each other for what, 5, 6 something years, something like that. Maybe even longer than that. And you've always been like way up here, and then you'll come down a little bit, then you'll go back way up again. You're just doing one of those things.
I tell everybody that asks, "Oh, how's business?" I tell them I'm just out here
riding the waves. Riding the waves. That's what we do in Cali, is ride the waves. All right. So how long have you been in business now?
So I officially opened my business in June of 2019. So coming up on 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Man, 5 years. Did you see, 5 years ago, did you see yourself where you're at now?
I did.
I did. That's good.
I kind of laugh about this because just recently I was talking to some people and kind of having to remind myself, like, when I started this, I am where I anticipated being and I wanted to be, but it's nothing like what I envisioned back then. But you know, you got to take the good with the bad, you know, and I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So tons of learning lessons.
Hey, listen, if you see yourself, or back then where you are now, do you see yourself even like maybe double or triple of where you're at now from the same time, like 5 more years later on? Is that your...
No, I mean, I've kind of been humbled in a sense of I don't think quite that far away now. So I kind of knew where I wanted to be in some aspect. But now I'm taking it a little bit slower and a little bit, you know, not thinking quite so far ahead.
Okay. What were some of the challenges that you faced when you first started that you were able to overcome, and you look back and kind of go, thank God that's over with? What's some of those things you had to deal with back then?
So when I first started tinting, I was tinting out of my garage, and I was working at a body shop, and I kind of realized that to make that jump into being a good window tinter, I had to do more than just tinting every now and then. And that's kind of when I realized, like, all right, if I'm going to do this, I have to do this and just jump both feet in and just run with it. I kind of had a feeling that my market, there wasn't really a lot of shops that were necessarily pursuing window tint. And I felt like it was kind of an open alley that I wanted to pursue. So 6 months after I started tinting, I opened my business, actually. But so from there, I started in a single bay shop, and things were going good. Everybody was busy, and when other shops are busy, you know, the thing that I've learned is some people don't want to wait, you know. So XYZ shop is busy and they call you and you're available, they're like, cool, you know. So with the fact of all the other shops being busy, that helped me kind of get more cars in, get more people in, get more people to hear about me and stuff like that. So then that kind of made it nice, because, you know, I could stay busy doing what I wanted to do. So about 8 months after I went into my first bay, space opened up in our complex that was twice as big, and the property manager at the time, I was like, man, like, I really want to move into this bigger space, but I'm kind of worried about it. Like, I'm new in business, I'm not sure how things are gonna go. And he was like, oh man, don't worry about it, man. If you need help, we got you. And I wasn't even in there a month, and then it was like 2020. March of 2020, and it was like, all right, everybody's closing their doors. COVID, you know, everybody locked down, shelter in place, don't answer your phone, don't talk to nobody. And I'm just like, well, shit, everybody else is closing their businesses, so what do, you know? And so that's what I did. I closed for a month, and I was like, told my property manager, I was like, hey man, like, I was never anticipating this kind of thing happening. Is there any way you guys can help me out a little bit? And he was like, well, let me talk to the owner, and we'll get back to you. And he kind of took his time. I was like, you know what? I'm not taking any risks. Wrote the check, turned it in, and then he called me back a few days later and was like, hey, so I talked to the owner. The best thing, before that, he was like, well, maybe we can essentially loan you the payment, and then you can make extra payments on top of that. And I was like, I don't know, I don't want to take a loan, you know, like, that's not what I wanted. So then he talked to the owner, and the owner's like, nah, we're not even willing to do that. So I was pretty happy that I wrote my check, because I would have been having to pay a late fee if I would have waited for him.
Yeah.
But
oof.
Yeah, so that was a hurdle in itself. Things slowed down a little bit, but then they kind of picked up. So then 2021, things were fairly consistent, actually. 21 and 22 were pretty similar to each other. And I want to say like towards the end of 23, things really started to slow down. Uh, now a lot of my local shops in my area aren't really as busy. We aren't as busy as we would like to be, and things are definitely different. So, but like I said, we just adapt and overcome and roll with the punches.
It's all you can do sometimes. That's it. I mean, look at it this way. I mean, every business has its ups and downs, right? We all know as window tinters that, a window tint shop has its ups and downs too, just like everybody else. Ours usually fluctuates around the season, right? And we just have to be prepared for it. And that goes with anything. And it's scary. It's scary. So I kind of understand like what you went through, right? I don't know if I would have handled it very well. I probably would have been like shitting a brick and probably just shutting down 100%, and just like, well, it just wasn't my time. But for you to stick it out like that says a lot. It does.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's necessarily a smart thing on my half, but I just don't really like. I've never at any point like considered the fact of like giving up. So that was never, like things never got to a point, and still yet haven't came to a point where like I have to have that conversation with myself where it's like, hey man, like this isn't working out. We got to think about doing something different. I'm just always looking for different ways to handle things. So,
yeah. And how do you think I feel when stuff like this, with my show? I could have easily just said, "Oh, there's no sound, no show tonight." Same thing. It's like, I'll just push through it. I'll figure it out. And that's really all you can do. Is when something just hits you, you got to take a step back and go, all right, how am I going to approach this? And figure out a way to go around it and make things work. It's just life. Just life, right? It's life.
100%. 100%.
You do.
Yep.
You get knocked down, you just stand back up and go, you watch this shit. And you just do it again. It is what it is. Damn. Let's see here. Obstacles are meant to be gotten through. Absolutely, like Rico just said, there's obstacles that they're meant to be pushed down at some point. You gotta work around them. There's always an outlet. So I'm proud of you for doing it. I don't think a lot of people would have handled that the same way. I think they would have maybe took a different route and said, like I said, I probably would have gave up and said, nope, not for me. See you later. So I'm glad you stuck it through. That's awesome. So coming through the industry, 5 years, has there been any like big changes in the industry that you like really took a grasp of, or anything that you've noticed that was just like major over the last 5 years? And I mean, it could be anything.
I'll touch on that, but I want to go over the obstacles that are meant to be gone through, basically. And I was having a conversation with a friend today, and he was talking about let's see, what was it? Man, I forget exactly what it was, but there's a word for it. I'm drawing a blank, but yeah, I'm just a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and that's the good and the bad. And to sum up the moral of my story here is, I told him, I'm like, listen, man, like I'm a believer in a creator, and I believe, that the things that I want aren't necessarily the things that I need at that given time. And so I have to, release some of that control, because some of the stuff is just beyond what I can control myself, and everything happens for a reason. So like if I told him, because we were kind of going back and forth, and he was like, man, like you need to just manifest things and do this. And I'm like, man, I'm not into that, and he's like, well, a lot of the things that you're telling me are kind of lining up with what I'm talking about. And I was like, yeah, to an extent. They may, but I'm not in control, and I know that. Some things are put in my heart for whatever reason, but we don't really know what it is all the time. So I could let's say I want to expand my shop and go to a bigger shop. But if it's not meant to be, it's not going to happen, right? So if everything that I wanted happened when I wanted it, I would think that I'm in control, and I'm not in control, So I have to take things as they come, the good with the bad, and just take my L's. And when I take L's, it's just learning lessons,
Absolutely.
Never think of things as losses; they're just learning lessons.
Absolutely. It's not an L for loss, it's an L for learning lesson right there. It is. Absolutely. Yep, I agree. Gotta take it. You just gotta roll with it, baby. That's it. Just roll with it. 100%. You get smacked, you stand up, and you fucking fight back.
Yes, sir.
Fuck you. No, all right, so go to my question.
Okay, so as far as the industry in the last 5 years, so when I first was learning how to tint, I actually went out. I had a really good friend of mine, one of my best friends, that was doing tint for a dealership actually out in Colorado. So I was like, hey, I'm thinking about just pursuing this. I want to come out there. And he was super welcome, and he worked at a shop at the time, and he was like, dude, come out here and we'll tint some cars, So I went out and essentially shadowed him for a week. I didn't get to tint very much. I picked up a lot of tint scraps off the floor, but it was cool to see a shop in motion. And they were doing 4 or 5 cars with a 2-man team a day, and they were going home at like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, well, okay, this is cool. I had never been in a tint shop, not once. I think I had my windows tinted one time, and it was at a guy's house, and he was on house arrest. So it was like, oh, I don't have to worry about dudes stealing my car because he can't go anywhere. That was my only experience having my windows tinted. So yeah, it was a cool experience. They actually did. They had a shop, and then they had a space at a dealership that they would go and do dealership work for a day out of the week. And I was like, okay, this is cool. So I got to see how they handle certain things, dealing with the dealership. It was snowing at the time when I went out there, so it was like snow on every single car, and that's not something that we have to deal with here always. Thankfully.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I could not imagine being done by 2 o'clock and only doing 3 or 4 cars a day. Me back then, I was doing 8 or 9 by myself a day. So I couldn't imagine being done that fast and going, I'm done. Let's go home. I wish I had those kind of days, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they were efficient, and they were hand cutters, everything was being hand cut. It was one guy, he would do the side, and then another guy was doing the back window, and they just had to break it down. And, they were efficient. It was a cool thing to see.
And that's typical usually for a two-man team. One person does the sides, one person does the back and quarters, or whatnot, and you can get a car done pretty quick. Even hand cutting, 2 good guys know what they're doing, and they don't slack. You can get a car done in about 20 minutes. It's not difficult. It's not. I used to work for a shop here locally that we were doing anywhere between 25-30 cars a day with 9 installers. 2 guys, 3 guys jump on one car. It was in and out in like 10 minutes. It was just like wham bam, thank you, and it was out the door. So it's doable. I'm just saying, I couldn't imagine leaving the shop, me personally, because I was just nonstop, like left and right. So I just couldn't imagine leaving at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and going, I got the rest of the day off. Like, that was unheard of for me back then. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and at that time, I was there. It was two installers and the owner. And I remember like telling my friend, I was like, hey, like your boss is just kind of standing around. Like, how come he's not helping, you know? Not knowing, right? Like not knowing anything about the industry, you know, being that guy that's like, hey, you got a fucking bubble here, you know, like obvious shit that every window tinter like hates. And but I didn't know any better, you know, so that's just the point where I was at. And he was like, bro, this dude's been tinting for years, bro. You don't have to tint nothing. Like, we got this. Like, and now as a business owner, 5 years in, I'm like, okay, I would love to have installers working for me and me handling the business side of things, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's definitely respect, you know, for him. Definitely.
Sure. I wish I had days like that. I really do.
But yeah, I was like, wait, you guys are done? Like, you guys are done? Like, we get to leave? And they're like, yeah, we're done. There's no more cars for today. I'm like, whoa.
I'm like,
okay.
2 o'clock's the new 5. Like, are you serious? Like, oh my God, I'd have a beer in my hand by 2:10 every day. Like, let's go. I wouldn't have to wait for 5 o'clock. Like, shit. Anyways, dude, that's awesome, man. I'm super glad that you're doing well. You know, I know when I came out there, we had a really good time. Angelo, you know, your employee, he's super cool. You know, hanging out with you guys for that whole week was an absolute experience. You know, you know, you know me, I've been all over different shops and seeing how different shops run and how busy they are and like how they're managed and how efficiently, you know, they're running and, you know, their setups and all these different things. And, you know, you've got a great little setup, a great little area. You know, and it's, I mean, besides it being like bad weather, I'm not going to say it was like horrible weather, but it's beautiful out there. I mean, you guys got the redwoods and stuff. Like, I mean, it's gorgeous. It was a lot of fun. You know, you two, just very humble, you know, coming from Humboldt, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, but you guys were both just super humble, just like laid back and you know, you kind of took me in as, you know, like a brother and stuff like that. And it was a great time. So I need to come back out there, hopefully within the next year, but I'm not coming out the same time of year because I want better weather. Because you guys taking me to, what was that, Pebble Beach, or
it's called Moonstone Beach.
Moonstone Beach. And that wasn't a beach. I'm sorry.
Hey, there was
I can just hear Angelo right now going, the sandy beaches of Northern California.
Beaches, man. White sandy beaches.
White sandy beaches. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can hear him saying it right now. I really can.
Yeah, but to kind of touch back on your question. So you know, I went out to Colorado. I did training, and then I just came back and everything from there was hands-on learning. You know, just trial and error. And I did a lot of you know, I kind of got into the Facebook pages. That's where I found you on Instagram, and you know, I was kind of just doing my due diligence to try to learn, you know, as much as I could, because from there it was just figure it out. You know, at that time I had one friend that I could call, you know, 24 hours away from me. And it got to a point where I actually felt like I was bothering him. And I was like, hey, you know, asking stupid little questions. I was like, you know what, I got to back off a little bit. Then I started, you know, getting into groups and being able to ask a broader audience, and you know, watching when people were posting install videos, and stuff like that. You know, then it was just, you know, pick up little things here and there that I'm seeing, and you know, put that in the way that I install, and you know, just try to have a good install method for sure.
Yeah, and here's the thing: anybody out there that wants to learn more or understand more about our industry is I encourage people to go watch other people's videos and see how things are done, because honestly, we all have a different method of how we do things, right? We're all different. I mean, I did stuff. I know I did a couple of things, and even Angela was just like, "What? Wait, do that again." Like, what? And it's different tools, different methods, different styles. But you know what, dude? What it all comes down to is if it's the same outcome, who cares how he did it versus how you did it, right? And that's the joy about the internet right now. And as many people are in our industry that are sharing their techniques, the way they do step-by-steps, tutorials and stuff like that. That's what's really cool, because you may see something that you may pick up and go, I'm going to give it a shot. And then you'll tie it into something else that you're doing and go, you know what? I kind of like this better than what I was doing last week. So it just makes sense. I encourage everybody to do that, because let's be honest, there's no right, quote unquote, right or wrong way to tint a window. It's all about the outcome on the back end. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And so a lot of it was, I want to say self-taught, but a lot of it, was picking bits and pieces from things that I was seeing.
Sure.
And kind of coming up with my own style. And even today, I've been super fortunate to travel quite a bit and to go to different people's shops and work with a lot of different people. And I'm still picking and watching people, and I'm like, whoa, being that I didn't really have anybody like that to really work one-on-one with, to say, hey, this is the way that it's done. That kind of left my mind a little bit more open to, to pick up different things from other people, for sure.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, I've been tinting windows for a very long time, and every time I'm in front of someone I've never seen tint, I still pick up things. I do. I am by far the best window tinter out there, by far, but I'm not going to say I'm a horrible tinter, but I'll pick up little bits and pieces of watching other guys do it and go, you know what? This guy came up with something that works a little bit better than mine. I'm gonna use it. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like I said, again, I encourage anybody to do it, because let's be honest, dude, our industry's not easy. It's not. Everybody thinks it's just lick and stick, because that's what we say. Oh, you want us to just lick and stick those windows? But it's not just lick and stick. It's not. There's a lot that goes into it, and it takes time. It takes time to learn it and perfect it. And perfect it for your shop, because your name is on that perfected, project or whatever it was. So it's a lot of work, man. It is. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think every tinner kind of that goes through that, I mean, every tinner, regardless if you actually find a passion for it or not, like when you realize what a struggle it is to go from never tinting a window to tinting a window well, like there's so many lessons that come from in between A and Z. It's like,
yes.
And I think that's what makes it easier for us as tinters to be passionate about it, because it's like it ain't easy learning how to tint a car well.
No.
Anybody can tint a car per se, but to tint a car well, different story.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, let's face it. Anybody could go to Walmart, AutoZone, or O'Reilly's, and they could buy that cheap ass fucking crap. They'll turn purple in like 3 weeks and, whatever. And anybody can tint a car. Anybody can tint a window. But the outcome is going to be way different from someone who just slapped it on there to someone who took time to perfect it to make it look damn near factory. So that's a huge learning curve. Huge in our industry. So hats off to all the professional window tinters out there, because you guys are the real MVPs. Let's be honest. Right?
100%.
Jesus?
100%.
Absolutely. Preach it. Say it louder for the people in the back. Oh man. Man.
So kind of coming back to your initial question. So my first couple of years learning how to tint, like everything was just a super observing other people, and trying to be better, be more efficient, and stuff like that. As far as industry changes, I can't really necessarily speak as a whole for the whole industry, but changes for myself. That's what I can speak on. So I think it was the end, towards the end of 23, we joined Autobahn. And
No, you didn't. Quit lying. Did you really?
was it end of 23?
No, no.
It was
20, 22.
Yeah. It was 22.
22.
So the end of 22, we started our transition from Expel to Autobahn. And for us, like, I can't say enough good things about you, Jason, as our rep. But Autobahn as a whole, there's just no words. Like, it's just a night and day difference. Having a support system has been such a huge thing for our business. And it's not just support one day, you know. It's like, hey, you're signing on. Let's get you X, Y, and Z. A little pat on the back and welcome to the team. It's just when you need it, it's there, and that makes the biggest difference for a small shop. It might not make a big difference for a bigger shop that has, you know, all their SOPs in the line, and you know, they have everything that they want. They just need to film. Helping grow a business and having an actual relationship with a supplier it's a night and day difference from anything that I've had before. And I see a comment on here that says it's a family, and I never actually felt that until I went to the dealer conference. And it 100% is a family, and you know, there's nothing like it. There's really nothing like it. I have never been around, and everybody was super humble. Like, there was no egos out there. There was no, I'm better than you. I was talking to people that I've never met before, and they're like, we're talking to LU, and he's like, dude, we're all good. This is the day before the competition. Everybody here is good. Yep. But is it your day?
Yep. Absolutely.
Hey, and I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. They're, you know, just like window tinting in a shop. You know, we have bad days, and when we have bad days, things go downhill fast. But have a good day, you can be efficient and do things well, you know. So
yeah, no, and I appreciate the kind words. I do. I mean, if everybody hasn't figured this out yet, but you know, Jesus is one of my Autobahn dealers. I'm his rep, and you know, I've seen your growth over the last, you know, 2-3 years, even prior to, and you know, when you said, you know, just a little bit ago, you're talking about, you know, reaching out to someone, and there's that one person that you're able to reach out to and stuff like that. And I'm glad, and I know you weren't talking about me, but I'm glad that you're able to reach out to me, because, you know, my phone's open anytime, you know, for you. Like, you can call me at any time and go, hey, this is what I'm up against. This is what I'm doing. What do you got? You know, and I don't mind helping out. I mean, my biggest thing of being a rep is not just a number thing. It's not. What you were saying about the little shops, you know, I want those little shops to become big shops. Like, I want to help them get to that next level of going, oh shit, look at this, look what we're doing now. And I want that for all you guys. And if there's anything I can do, or anything Autobahn can do to help or guide or anything to get you there, dude, I'm right there. You got my back 100%. That's it. But you also have my back as a friend too. So it's not just necessarily, you know, a rep thing. You can call me always. So, and it is a family thing. It is.
Yeah, man. But I mean, aside from that, you know, just grinding, man. Like, doing what I love to do now. It wasn't always necessarily a goal of mine. I think maybe 6 years ago, if you would have been like, hey, you should start tinting windows, I would have been like, bro, you're tripping. Like, you know, I have my path that I've chosen, and that's what I wanted to do. I thought that was going to be my outcome, you know, for a long time. And I mean, I wouldn't change anything for the world. So, and I'm just at the beginning. I feel like haven't even barely started.
Oh no, you haven't even started yet, man. Hell no. You're just at that beginning stage. I mean, and it's not a bad thing. It's not. Wait till you're 10 years. Wait till you're 15 years into it, and you'll be able to look back and go, damn. Because I was the same way. I didn't want to tint windows. I didn't. I went to school. I got a business degree. I was going to go to another school and get my second degree in graphic design. Animation was what I was wanting to do for the longest time since I was a kid. I was fascinated with animation, and I was going to do it. And guess what, man? Damn, Tint Devil got a hold of me when I was in college working on my first degree, and I did it out of spite, for one, and two, I needed some money. I was broke as hell in college, and I saw the potential, and I was like, man, you know what? Okay, I'm going to finish my first degree. I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to see where it takes off. And man, here I am 27 years later. You know, I'm glad I went down that route. So it all happens for a reason, Jesus. You know that.
100%. And the only thing that I would change is getting into it sooner.
I couldn't have gotten into it any sooner, so I think I'm good. So I think I'm good. All right, what is it? Oh, look at that, 56 minutes. Let's do if I can find it. Oh, nope, not that one. It's that one. That one right there. And let's do a little Q&A. So if anybody's got questions for Jesus, now is the time to do it. And I'm waiting for this thing to refresh on my end. It's not. Oh no. Are you guys still there? You gotta love technology. Any questions for Jesus? I asked all the hard ones. Everybody else can ask easy ones. How about that? We'll make it easy. But dude, listen. I really think in 5 years, you're going to see a way bigger difference than where you're at now. Huge. You'll be able to sit back and you will. You're going to sit back and just go, damn, hell yeah. And you're just going to fucking knock it all out of the ballpark. I'm telling you. I guess the chats are being quiet right now.
No dealership contracts. I haven't had the opportunity to do any work for dealerships really. I have contacted and tried a few, mainly for PPF, but it hasn't worked out.
That's the one I was trying to find. I was trying to find that one because I know Rico asked it about dealership accounts. So I was trying, but I think you saw it in the chats, didn't you?
Yeah. So, and then, so when I was first kind of introduced to window tint, one of my best friends worked for. He didn't technically work for the dealership, but he worked for a guy that had a contract, a preload account with the dealership, and so I've always been super open to doing dealership work, but being in California, we can't tint front windows legally, so that's been a hurdle. And dealerships in my area, they're not really into it, at least the ones that I've spoken to. So, but I kind of dabbled into everything right at once. When I went out and trained with my friend, he was doing tint and PPF, so I mainly focused a little bit more on automotive tint, with the idea of doing window tint and paint protection film. Black glass, I'm not really sure how. I don't recall exactly how I got into black glass. Most of my flat glass just comes from word of mouth. And that's most of our business. Our area, it's a word of mouth community, and we've tried, kind of dabbling with, different marketing strategies and worked with some different marketing companies. Haven't necessarily had any success, and it's pretty easy to go through a chunk of money with the marketing company. So word of mouth has got me this far. I wish that I could kind of amplify where I'm at with marketing, but our area is just so different, population wise and stuff like that. So we just kind of focus on just word of mouth. And the basic stuff, Facebook, Instagram.
It's a little bit different dynamic up where you're at. Yeah, it is something I noticed when I was up there. It's a lot different. Not a bad thing. It's just it's like a different vibe up there, in a sense.
Yeah, we different up here. That's for sure.
Yeah, you guys are definitely different with your so-called white sandy beaches that are not white and definitely not sandy. So you guys, if that's what white sandy beaches all that is for you guys, I'd hate for you guys to actually see a white sandy beach. You guys probably should have brick. I'm just saying. Any tips for success?
If you have any, I'm all ears, man. And I think honestly, success is, just perception of how we look at things. And kind of just touching base on, something I said earlier, thinking 5 years ago where I envisioned being and where I am now, that to somebody is success, because I accomplished a goal that I set for myself. But I don't feel like I'm accomplished in that aspect. So I know that there's so much more out there, and back to just kind of feeling like I'm barely getting started for sure.
I will tell you something that would be a tip for success for you right now. I can tell you. You want to know what it is?
Bring it.
Okay, so I want you to turn around and look at those display boards that are behind you.
I already know what you're going to say.
And they still don't have any little film samples. And I don't know. There's a little tip for success for you. I'm just saying, Jesus. I'm just saying.
You're right. But I do have in my office space here some pieces of glass that are tinted so that I can show our different things. But you're 100% right, for sure.
I'm just giving you a hard time because they were like that when I was out there.
No, for sure. And I like being where you want to be starts with doing the things that you don't want to do, and like one thing that Angela always gives me a hard time about is my shop being messy. And I'll tell you, I have no problem admitting it. My shop is generally, most of the time, it's a fucking mess. But I'm not just standing around not doing anything during my day. So it's messy for a reason. If it was too clean, I think it would be a problem.
It's a balancing act. Let's just say that. It's a balancing act.
And yeah, and I've always admired people like, I worked in body shops for 9 or 10 years, and there's people that I work with that their toolbox was organized to a T. They take a socket out, and that socket goes right back when they're done. And I've never been like that, but I admire anybody that has, the patience and that desire to just be like that. But
yeah, I'm really bad at it. When I take something out of my toolbox, it's got to go right back. Like it does. Otherwise, I can't sleep at night. But I'm super OCD when it comes to certain things. So it is what it is. All right. Let's do a couple of giveaways. And I know I'm behind on giveaways, so please, guys, do not yell at me. I have been busy, and it was Memorial Weekend, and I wanted some time away. So don't get mad at me. I just can't believe no one's been like blowing it up, going, "Hey, how come I haven't received my giveaway yet?" So, trust me, I'm behind. I'm behind. See, look at that. I slack too. Ugh. Anyways, let's do a couple of giveaways. Let's see here. I win the giveaway again. Rico, no. And if the last name starts with a B, if that whole family's in here, they can't win. They probably left since they can't win anymore. Last week they was on one. Let's see. Let's see here. Did you see that pop up on your screen?
Let me see here. Yes.
All right, so let's do this. Look, Charlie's already like guessing numbers. Let's do pick a number between how about 0 and 13? We'll just make it kind of a weird number. Pick a number between 0 and 13. I mean, there's 8 people in here. It can't be too hard. 0 and 13. Okay. All right, guys. I know it. Jesus sent it over to me. Pick a number between 0 and 13. And whoever gets it, gets it. Let's go. 0 and 13. There's 8 of you guys in here. Can't be too hard. Let's go. I keep saying 1 and 13. 0 and 13. 0 and 13. There's only 2 people playing. Wow. Let's go. Come on. Don't make this hard. There's only like X amount of numbers right there. Come on. No one else is playing. There's only 2 people playing. Can you believe this shit?
Man.
It's only Rico. He's like, I'm going to get it. Watch. I'm just going to name every number going all the way down. No one else is going to play. Look at this. Ain't that some shit? Rico gets it. Rico. It was number 1. Rico gets it. It's 13. I already know. It wasn't 13. It was number 1. So, Angelo, too bad. We'll do one more. Let's do. Oops. Pick a number between 10 and. Well, there's only 2 people playing. You want to have some fun with this? Pick a number between 10 and 12. Go.
10 and 12.
Pick a number between 10 and 12. Whoever gets it, gets it. Pick a number between 10 and 12. Come on, guys. It's not that hard. 10 and 12. There's only one number, for crying out loud. Someone spit it out. 10 and 12. Rico, you can't. Oh my God. 8 people in here and not one person is going to guess that one number. Oh my God. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. I may just give it to. All right, Angela got it. Oh my God. You laughed when I said number between 10 and 12. You're like, what? Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, I thought I was gonna have to type something in, but I didn't even have to do that.
No, you didn't have to do a damn thing at all. All right, so let's turn that off. All right, Jesus, leave a legacy behind for the show, man. Here's your chance. Speak your words and speak them wisely, because everybody will know this from here on out forever and ever. So don't mess up.
Well, not to put any pressure on me or anything like that.
Nope, not at all.
All right, so I've learned a lot of lessons. I feel like I've came a long way in a short period of time. And if I have one lesson that I could give to myself, would be to seize the time that you have when you have it. So that can mean whatever you need it to mean. That could be personal, that could be business. Just take advantage of the day that's in front of you, because you never know when you're not going to have it.
I agree. Grab it. It's grab life by the horns, man. Absolutely. You never know. Jesus, dude, I appreciate you being on the show. We're at an hour and 10 minutes. You know the drill. I appreciate it, but now you gotta get the fuck off. He's like, oh shit, here it comes. I knew it. He's all crying in the background right now. He's like, oh, you told me to leave. I had to. Get the, I mean, come on, right? You gotta go. Where are we at? All right, giveaways. Look, guys, I got them right here in my book. I promise. I have a little bit of downtime tomorrow, so I will do giveaways tomorrow and get these handled before they build up. So I will get them out. I promise. It's right here on my desk. It's open to the page, so it'll remind me tomorrow morning, and I'll get them done ASAP. I promise. Cool. Let's see here. Guys, don't forget, go just listen. Just go follow the Facebook page for Tint'er Tuesday so I can just separate the two. Bring the show over and then have my personal. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to add things to it as we go. Okay. What are we? 8 shows? Oh my gosh. I think we are 8 shows away from 100. And I'm nowhere near where I need to be and where I want to be for that show. So pressure's on. Anyways, next week I got a new guy. He's a TikTok guy. I started following him on TikTok. He's a window tinter, and he actually watched the show for the first time. I think it was last week with Jordan. And so I messaged him. I was like, dude, when are you going to be on the show? He's like, oh, for real? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, dude, say less. So he's going to be on the show next week. And I'll try to get that promoted at the end of this week also. I got so much to do this week. It's ridiculous. But anyways, other than that, we're just going to keep running it. 8 more shows, 100 show. And I'm hoping for it to be an absolute freaking blast. So just bear with me. I'm trying my hardest here. Giveaways tomorrow. I'll give them out. That is it. Guys, enjoy the rest of your week. Jesus, thank you so much for being on the show. Y'all ain't going to hear this, so it's kind of pointless. But I'll see you guys next week right here live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I'll catch you guys. Peace.